Welcome to day 3 of the U.S. Corn Belt Crop Tour. We're in the state of Illinois. It's Sunday, June 28th. It's a sunny day. We're not, so far, no rain. Just to give you a quick introduction, first and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors, Tasco Dome, Pride Seeds, Penta Tillage, and Southwest Ag Partners. In the last USDA crop progress report, USDA did lower crop conditions sharply. So soys in the very poor to poor category went from 5 to 14%, good to excellent 71 to 58%. That's a big drop. Corn 5 to 7, very poor to poor, and the good to excellent 78 to 70%. That 70% is still pretty good versus the long-term average. Soft red winter wheat 10 to 18%, very poor to poor, and good to excellent from 55 to 44%. Now, as we've traveled west towards Effingham, now we're going southwest on Highway 37 near Farina. We haven't seen the moisture stress we saw in Indiana yesterday. In that south central northern Indiana, there's a lot of, I've never seen so much water in corn soy fields. In fact, Chris Hurt from the University of Purdue is suggesting that farmers will lose half of their crops there. Those crops just won't recover from all that moisture. We just got rivers and lakes everywhere, and it's going to cost those farmers as much as $300 million. So seeing a little bit of stress even in this field here, a little bit of yellow corn. That's from too much moisture, but not as much as in the state of Indiana. It's looking better in the state of Illinois. We're now in front of a soybean field. We're southwest on Highway 37 near Farina, Illinois, and you can see that this field is a little stressed by moisture. We're not seeing as much of this as we saw yesterday in Indiana. Looks like it's probably planted a little bit later than normal. And then we can see the corn in the distance there, not looking too hot there either. You know, they're expected to have more rain over the next 5 to 7 days, and a lot of these crops cannot take much more moisture here. We're going to need some heat in order to recover from this. We're traveling west on Highway 15 near Nashville, Illinois. We're in front of a wheat field here that's being harvested, and we just met up with a farmer. Unfortunately, he needed to leave, but he's suggesting that the yields here are pretty good, not seeing much disease pressure. Considering all the moisture, it's a really good wheat crop. In fact, from our tour so far in about 2.5 states, the wheat probably looks the best. Now, the market's been concerned about too much moisture, disease, quality, downgrades, that sort of thing. 20 parts per million, we're not necessarily seeing it here. But moisture in this area has caused a lot of issues with all of the crops. We're in front of a soybean field near Nashville, Illinois, west on Highway 15. And you can see some unevenness in this field. The farmer told us that this crop was planted early May, but the moisture kind of stalled the growth, and these beans should be at least a foot higher. It was a sunny day traveling through the state of Illinois this morning, but guess what? The rain's back. You can see it in the background. There's a major storm behind us. We're traveling north on Highway 67 near Jerseyville, and this corn, although looks healthy, it's behind. Across the road here, we've got another field that's almost about to tassel, so it's just a difference of planting dates. I'm assuming, again, moisture playing a role with this corn crop. We're traveling north on Highway 106 south of Winchester, Illinois, and we found some more tasseled corn, and this time we've got some ears, some smaller ears. Corn's not that tall, but despite all the moisture that they've been talking about in this area, these crops were planted early, and so you got really good looking corn. We're still traveling north on Highway 106 just south of Winchester, and these are some of the best soybeans I've seen in the 3 states we've traveled through thus far. Despite all that moisture, and you can see in the background there is some stress with moisture, but it looks like these beans were planted early. We're going to end our state of Indiana, day 3 video. We're in Macomb County, Indiana, and we've traveled kind of southwest, and then we came up north, went to Roseville, Griggsville, and then now Macomb County. And if I was to rank the states, we've seen 3 states so far. Illinois looks the best. It has a lot more corn tassel than Indiana or Ohio. Bottom line, the state of Illinois is looking, 2-3 weeks ago was looking really good, perfect conditions. All of a sudden the moisture came, too much moisture, and we've shaved the top end. Even the good looking corn, there's a lot of variability, inconsistency, unevenness, and so you've shaved the top end of that yield. So we continually see too much moisture being a factor this year, despite Illinois looking better than Indiana and Ohio.